Season 4, Episode 12, Portfolios as Stewardship. Over the course of this season, we've been exploring portfolio design, not simply investing. Architecture. The quiet work of arranging capital so that it performs specific roles within a larger system. Growth expanding the system. Income supporting spending. Stability absorbing shocks. Optionality preserving the ability to act when opportunity appears. Each component carrying part of the load. Each slot contributing to the function of the machine. And when that architecture is designed well, something interesting begins to happen. The portfolio becomes calmer, more understandable, more durable. But if we step back even further, we begin to see something else. Portfolio design is not just about financial engineering, it is about stewardship. The word stewardship is not often used in finance. Modern investing tends to emphasize performance, optimization, competition, winning, beating the market, finding the next opportunity. But when a portfolio begins supporting life over decades, the perspective changes, because capital is no longer just a tool for growth. It becomes a responsibility, something that must be managed carefully across time. Stewardship begins with a simple recognition. Capital is not static. It moves through different phases. At first it is built. Years of work, saving, investing, patience. Gradually the system grows. Then at some point, capital begins supporting life. Income streams appear. Spending becomes partially or fully supported by the portfolio. The machine begins carrying real weight. And eventually, the portfolio may even extend beyond the life of its builder. Supporting family. Supporting future generations. Supporting causes or communities that matter. The time horizon stretches beyond the present. When portfolios are seen through this lens, the design principles we explored earlier take on deeper meaning. Growth is no longer just about maximizing returns. It is about preserving the system's future capacity. Income is no longer just about yield. It is about creating dependable support for life. Stability is no longer just about reducing volatility. It is about ensuring that the system remains intact through uncertain periods. Optionality is no longer just about flexibility. It is about preserving the ability to respond to the unexpected. All of these roles support stewardship. Stewardship also changes how investors think about risk. Risk is no longer simply market fluctuation. Risk becomes the possibility of damaging the system in ways that prevent it from fulfilling its purpose. Excessive concentration, unnecessary complexity, chasing short-term performance. All of these behaviors can quietly undermine the machine. And stewardship asks a different question. Not, how much can this portfolio gain? But, how reliably can this system continue supporting life? This perspective tends to create a calmer relationship with investing. Markets rise, markets fall, economic conditions change, but the machine continues functioning. Income arrives, growth continues. The system evolves gradually across time, and the investor no longer feels compelled to react to every movement in the financial world. Because the portfolio is no longer a game to be won, it is a structure designed to endure. One of the quiet gifts of well-designed portfolios is that they eventually fade into the background of life. When the system works, it does not demand constant attention. It does its job quietly, allowing attention to return to things that matter more than markets. Family, friendship, work that feels meaningful, curiosity, creativity, the experiences that make a life feel rich. In this sense, the ultimate goal of portfolio design is not financial, it is freedom of attention. This idea brings us back to something we discussed much earlier in the series. Money is not the center of life. It is part of the structure that supports life. When that structure is stable, attention can move elsewhere. And when attention moves elsewhere, the system has succeeded. Over the past 4 seasons, we have moved gradually through the architecture of money. First orientation, then structure, then investing itself, and now portfolio design. We've explored how capital can be arranged so that it performs its work quietly over time. Not through prediction, not through constant optimization, but through thoughtful architecture. In the next season, we will take this architecture and begin examining the different components that can inhabit the system, the actual building blocks of portfolios, different asset classes, different income streams, different ways capital can perform its roles. But always with the same guiding principle. The quiet work of money is not about chasing outcomes. It is about building systems that support a life. And stewardship is the mindset that allows those systems to endure.